Good morning everyone. So far in animal kingdom we discussed levels of organization, symmetry, coelom. Now we discuss segmentation, notochord. What is segmentation? Body is in the form of several segments, ring-like, for example, finger. We consider it as one segment, it is another segment. So that is segmentation. Segmentation seen in members of phylum Annelida, Arthropoda. For example, in cockroach, body is in the form of 13 segments in adult. In Annelida, body is in the form of segments externally as well as internally. In Arthropoda, body is in the form of segments only externally. So for example, it is one segment, it is another segment. Every two segments externally separated by a membrane known as groove. From the groove, another membrane arises. That is known as a septum. The septum divides the two segments internally. What is metameric segmentation? Metameric segmentation. If external segmentation coincides with internal segmentation, it is known as metameric segmentation. It is also known as metamerism. So, every two segments externally separated by groove, internally separated by septum. So external segmentation coincides with internal segmentation. Our body is in the form of segments, every two segments separated externally as well as internally. It is known as metameric segmentation. Metameric segmentation seen in Annelida. So it is also known as metamerism. It is also known as metamerism. In Arthropoda, body is in the form of segments externally only. Externally only. So, body is in the form of segments known as segmentation. Segmentation seen in Annelida, Arthropoda. In Arthropoda, body is in the form of segments externally only. But in case of Annelida, body is in the form of segment, every two segments externally separated by groove and internally separated by septum. If every two segments separated externally as well as internally, it is known as metameric segmentation. It is also known as metamerism. Notochord. Notochord is a stiff rod-like structure present on the mid-dorsal surface. Once again, what is dorsal? The part of the body away from the substratum. It is the substratum. The part of the body away from the substratum, dorsal. The part of the body nearer to the substratum is ventral. So it is ventral and it is mid-ventral. Similarly, it is mid-dorsal. Stiff rod-like structure present in the mid-dorsal surface of the body. Middle region of the dorsal surface is known as notochord. Notochord is present in all chordates in embryonic stage. In some chordates, it also present throughout the adult. So, if any animal contain notochord at some stage in their lifespan, known as or included in chordata, any animal contain notochord at some stage in their lifespan, included in phylum chordata, they are known as chordates. Animals belong to phylum chordata known as chordates. The animals without notochord, at any stage known as non-chordates. Non-chordates. Non-chordates are porifera to echinodermata. Porifera to echinodermata are known as non-chordates. Notochord is derived from mesoderm, third germinal layer. Notochord. Notochord is a stiff, rod-like structure present in the mid-dorsal surface of the body. It is derived from mesoderm. Notochord is present in embryonic stage of most chordates. Animals having notochord known as chordates. Animals without notochord at any stage in their lifespan known as non-chordates. Members of phylum Porifera to echinodermata are non-chordates. Porifera, Cnidaria, Ctenophora, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata are non-chordates. These are non-chordates. All are included in your syllabus. Porifera, Cnidaria, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes, Aschelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Hemichordata and Echinodermata. Now we discuss Porifera, phylum Porifera. General characters and classification. Regarding PU, they may ask, describe the general characters of any phylum. Compulsory question for 5 marks PU. Regarding NEET, minimum 2 questions, means 10 marks. Before we discuss Porifera, we discuss the classification of kingdom Animalia. So all multicellular animals belong to phylum, all multicellular animals belong to kingdom Animalia. Animalia classified into two subkingdoms. Subkingdom Eumetazoa, subkingdom Parazoa. Parazoa. Only one phylum is. So what is the difference? All are multicellular animals only. Multicellular animals without tissues included in subkingdom Parazoa. Multicellular animals with tissues, organ systems included in subkingdom Eumetazoa. Only one phylum included in the subkingdom Parazoa, Porifera. Eumetazoa means true multicellular animals. So true multicellular animals contain tissues, organs. Even though Parazoa, they are multicellular animals, no tissues. Eu means true. Metazoa means multicellular animals. Eumetazoa classified into two grades. Radiata, bilateria. The eumetazoans having radial or exhibit radial symmetry included in grade Radiata. Example, phylum Cnidaria, Ctenophora. Members of Eumetazoa exhibit bilateral symmetry included in the grade Bilateria. The grade Bilateria divides into two divisions, Protostomia, Deuterostomia. What is proto? Proto means first, stoma means mouth. During the development, if first opening develops into mouth, they are known as protostome. Deutero means second, stoma means mouth. During embryonic development, first opening develops into anus, or deutero means second opening develops into mouth, included in division Deuterostomia. You already know gastrula stage. It is the gastrula stage. Outer ectoderm, inner endoderm. The cavity encircled by endoderm, archenteron. Archenteron opens out through blastopore. Blastopore is the first opening during embryonic development. If blastopore develops into mouth, first opening is blastopore. Blastopore develops into mouth, protostomes. Protostomes included in division Protostomia. In Deuterostomia, blastopore develops into anus. Opposite to blastopore, another opening is formed. This opening develops into mouth. That means a second opening develops into mouth. So, the grade Bilateria divides into two divisions, Protostomia, Deuterostomia. If first opening, during embryonic development, first opening develops into mouth, included in division Protostomia. During embryonic development, second opening develops into mouth, included in division Deuterostomia. Protostomia divides into three subdivisions, Acoelomata, Pseudocoelomata, Schizocoelomata. Acoelomata, we already discussed. A means no coelom. You already know, due to presence of parenchyma tissue between body wall and alimentary canal, coelom is absent. So acoelomates are included in subdivision Acoelomata. Example, Platyhelminthes. Pseudocoelomata, animals having false coelom, pseudocoelom, included in subdivision Pseudocoelomata. Example, Aschelminthes, commonly known as roundworms, and another phylum, Rotifera, also included under Pseudocoelomata. Next one, Schizocoelomata. Due to splitting of mesoderm, coelom is formed. So that is known as Schizocoelomata. Three phyla included in Schizocoelomata, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca. Next one, Deuterostomia, class divided into only one division, enterocoelomata means all deuterostomes come under enterocoelomata. What is enterocoelomata? If coelom is formed from the archenteron known as enterocoelom, animals having enterocoelom included in subdivision enterocoelomata. 3 phyla: hemichordata, echinodermata, chordata. So this is the classification of kingdom Animalia. Once again, you already know all multicellular animals are included in kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia classified into 2 subkingdoms, Parazoa and Eumetazoa. Multicellular animals without tissues included in Parazoa. Example, Porifera. Next one, multicellular animals with tissues, organ systems included in Eumetazoa. Eumetazoa classified into 2 grades, Radiata, Bilateria. Members of Eumetazoa exhibit radial symmetry included in grade Radiata. Example, Cnidaria, Ctenophora. Members of Eumetazoa exhibit bilateral symmetry included in the grade Bilateria. Only 2 phyla included in grade Radiata, Cnidaria and Ctenophora. Bilateria classified into 2 divisions, Protostomia, Deuterostomia. Proto means first, stoma means mouth. During embryonic development, if first opening develops into mouth, such bilaterians are included in Protostomia. During embryonic development, second opening develop into mouth, such bilaterians included in division Deuterostomia. Deutero means second, stoma means mouth. Protostomia classified into 3 subdivisions, Acoelomata, Pseudocoelomata, Schizocoelomata. A means no coelom. Members of Protostomia without coelom included in subdivision Acoelomata. Example, Platyhelminthes. Members of Protostomia with false coelom included in Pseudocoelomata. Example, Aschelminthes. Members of Protostomia in which coelom is formed due to splitting of mesoderm or coelom is formed from the mesodermal plaques included in subdivision Schizocoelomata. So that means animals having Schizocoelom, simple definition, animals having Schizocoelom included in Schizocoelomata, animals having Pseudocoelom included in Pseudocoelomata, protostomes without coelom included in subdivision Acoelomata. Deuterostomia. In all deuterostomes, coelom is formed from archenteron. That's why Deuterostomia divided into 1 subdivision, Enterocoelomata. 3 phyla included in Enterocoelomata, Hemichordata, Echinodermata and Chordata. So this is about classification of kingdom Animalia. Now we discuss each and every phylum. So now we discuss Porifera. Now we discuss phylum Porifera. It is derived from 2 Greek words. Porous means pore Ferry means to bear. Means pore bearing animals. On the body surface, several openings are present. Robert E. Grant coined the term porifera. Robert E. Grant coined the term porifera. So with the help of diagram, it is better to read with the help of diagrams. Now we discuss general characters of phylum Porifera. So the term Porifera derived from two Greek words. Porous means pore, ferry means to bear, means pore bearing animals. On the surface of the body, several openings are present. The term Porifera was coined by scientist Robert E. Grant. General characters of Porifera. So general characters of phylum Porifera. They are multicellular animals. Several cells present in the body. Several types of cells are present. Each type of cell perform a particular function. The cells are loosely arranged. Here one cell, here another cell. The cells are loosely arranged. That's why tissues are not formed. First point, Porifera, all are aquatic. Means they live in water only. All are aquatic. All are sedentary. Sedentary means fixed to the substratum. All are sedentary, fixed to the substratum, like plants. Most of them are marine, but members of family Potamolepidae and Spongylidae. Members of family Potamolepidae, Spongylidae are freshwater, and the remaining members are marine water. They live in marine water only. First point, all are aquatic. All are sedentary, means fixed to the substratum, like plants. Most of them are marine, except members of family Potamolepidae, Spongylidae. Members of the family Potamolepidae, Spongylidae live in freshwater. Example, Spongilla. Example, Spongilla. It is commonly known as freshwater sponge. Members of phylum Porifera. Next point, they are commonly known as sponges. Members of phylum Porifera commonly known as sponges. Next point, body wall contain outer penicodum, inner coinodum. Penococytes, flattened cells present in the penicodum, penococytes. So once again, body wall contain two layers, outer penicodum, inner coinodum. These two layers contain different types of cells. Flattened cells present in the penicodum known as penococytes. Next one is porocyte. Porocyte contain two opening. Outer opening is known as ostium. Observe why this phylum got the name Porifera. It is a colonial animal. It is one animal, it is another. Several animals live together as a colony. Observe several openings on the surface of the body. Numerous openings present on the surface of the body known as ostia, singular ostium. So animals contain several inlets of water. Water enter into the body through several inlets, and water goes out through osculum. Outlet of water osculum, inlets of water ostia. Due to presence of numerous ostia, this phylum means numerous pores, numerous openings on the surface of the body. This phylum got the name Porifera. First point is all are aquatic. Aquatic means they live in water. Sedentary, attached to the substratum. Sessile also same in zoology. Sessile also attached to the substratum. Most of the all are marine except members of the family Potamolepidae and Spongylidae. For example, Spongilla. It is commonly known as freshwater sponge. Second point, members of Porifera commonly known as sponges. Third point, body wall contain outer penicodum, inner coinodum. Different types of cells present in the penicodum and coinodum. Next point, porocytes, one of the types of cells. In simple sponges, the porocyte transfer the surrounding water into the body cavity. Observe here, the porocyte contain two opening. Outer opening is known as ostium. through ostia, surrounding marine water or surrounding water enter into the porocyte. Through another inner opening, the porocyte release the water into spongiocele. In simple sponges, in complex sponges, for example, in complex sponges it is porocyte. Water enter into the porocyte through ostia. Porocyte open into different types of canals. Finally, they open into body cavity. All these canals collectively known as canal system. Presence of canal system is a unique character of porifera. Canal system also known as water transport system. Canal system also known as water transport system. What is the use of canal system? Through canal system, food materials. So water enter into the body cavity. So along with water, food. So that water contain oxygen and it release the nitrogenous waste material. So in this manner, the water transport system or canal system help in digestion, respiration, excretion. So in simple sponges, porocyte, through porocyte only surrounding water enter into the body cavity. But in complex sponges, porocyte unable to transport the water into the body cavity. The porocyte open into different canal. Finally, these canals release the water into spongiocele. All these canals collectively known as canal system. So another point is canal system, presence of canal system. Canal system. Function of canal system: help in digestion, respiration and excretion. The food material enter into the body cavity through canal system. It utilizes the oxygen present in the water. It releases carbon dioxide. Animal release nitrogenous waste material. Finally, nitrogenous waste material, carbon dioxide goes out through osculum. Outlet of body is osculum. In this manner, canal system, it is also known as water transport system, help in digestion, respiration, excretion. Next point, inner layer. So this one, inner layer of the body wall, coenodome. Coenodome contain coenocytes. Coenodome contain coenocytes. The coenocyte contain flagellum. So they are also known as flagellated cells. Flagellated cells. The flagellum is protected by a protective device, collar. That's why coenocytes are also known as collar cells. Coenocytes are also known as collar cells. Food is digested in the coenocytes. If food is digested within the cell, it is known as intracellular digestion. So in porifera, intracellular digestion take place. So digestion take place in the coenocytes. Cellular grade of organization. Different types of cells are present. Each type of cell perform a particular function. So it is known as cellular grade of organization. Most of the poriferans are asymmetrical. Most of them are asymmetrical animals. Next one, body cavity is known as spongiocele or paragastric cavity. Paragastric cavity. The spongiocele opens out through osculum. Osculum is the outlet. The body wall contains several spicules made up of calcium carbonate. So, or some spicules made up of silica also, sand. Spicules are present in the body wall. The spicules present in the body wall act as endoskeleton. What is endoskeleton? The hard part present in the body and protect the inner delicate parts known as endoskeleton. So endoskeleton is in the form of spicules present in the body wall. They may be made up of calcium carbonate or silica. Silica means sand, or sometimes organic material, sponge fiber. So endoskeleton is in the form of calcareous spicules or siliceous spicules. Spicule means a stout pointed structure. Large spine known as a spicule. So endoskeleton is in the form of like this. Endoskeleton is in the form of calcareous spicules, siliceous spicules, or sponge fiber. Sponge fiber is a organic substance. The remaining calcareous spicules, siliceous spicules are inorganic substances. Next one. Asexual reproduction is by fragmentation. Asexual reproduction is by fragmentation. Means the animal break its body into several bits, each bit to develop into adult. Fragmentation. Sexual reproduction is by syngamy. Union of gametes is known as syngamy. During breeding season, the coenocytes produce sperms. Means spermatozoa. Archaeocytes present in the body wall produce ova. Ova remain in the body wall. The coenocytes produce spermatozoa. The spermatozoa goes out through osculum. The spermatozoa enter into another sponge. In another sponge, the coenocytes direct the spermatozoa into the body wall. In the body wall, fertilization takes place. That's why in sponges, fertilization is internal. Fertilization takes place in the body wall. And cross fertilization. What is cross fertilization? The male gametes belong to one animal, female gametes belong to another animal. Cross fertilization and fertilization is internal. Development is indirect. Indirect means larval stages seen in their development. In case of human being, development is direct. Why no larval stage? Development is indirect, means larval stage seen in their development. These larval forms are Trichimella larva, Trichimella larva, Amphiblastula larva, Stereogastula, Trichimella, in some animals Trichimella, in some animals Amphiblastula, in some animals Stereogastula larva seen in their development. So general characters of phylum Porifera. The term Porifera coined by Robert E. Grant. It is derived from two Greek words. Porous means pore, feri means bare. On the body surface, numerous openings are present. Due to presence of numerous openings, it got the name Porifera. These openings are known as ostia. Ostia act as inlets of water. Water enter into the body through ostia. Water goes out through osculum. The term Porifera coined by Robert E. Grant. First point. Second point. They are commonly known as sponges. Next point. All are aquatic, live in water. All are sedentary, means fixed to the substratum like plants. Most of them are marine, except members of families Potomolepidae, Spongilidae. Fourth point. Body wall contain two layers, outer penicodum, inner coenodum. Penicodum and coenodum contain different types of cells. Next point. Several types of cells are present. Each type of cell perform a particular function. This type of level of organization is known as cellular grade of or cellular level of organization. Even though different types of cells are present, nerve cells are absent in porifera. Due to absence of nerve cells, no coordination between different types of cells. Most of the poriferans are asymmetrical. Next point, body wall contain two layers, outer penicodum, inner coinodum. Penicodum contain penicocytes, one of the types of cells present in penicodum, penicocytes. In addition, porocytes also present. Porocyte contain two openings. Outer opening is known as ostium. In simple sponges, if the size of the sponge is simple, in simple sponges, the porocyte transport the surrounding water into the spongiocele, means no canal system. So, outer opening is ostium. Surrounding water enter into porocyte through ostium. Through inner opening, the water enter into body cavity. Body cavity of sponges known as spongiocele or paragastric cavity. But in complex sponges, the porocyte, it is the porocyte unable to open into the spongiocele. So the porocyte opens into different types of canals. It is one canal, it is another canal. Finally, all these canals open into body cavity. These canals collectively known as canal system or water transport system. Through water transport system, in complex sponges, surrounding water enter into the body cavity. What is the use of canal system? Help in digestion, respiration, excretion. Next point, body cavity is known as spongiocele or paragastric cavity. The spongiocele opens out through osculum, outlet is osculum. So poriferan have several inlets and only one outlet. In the body wall, endoskeleton is present. The endoskeleton is in the form of spicules. The spicules are made up of calcium carbonate or silica substance or organic substance spongin fiber. The spicules and spongin fiber present in the body wall protect the animal. Next one, inner layer of the body wall is known as coinodum. Coinodum contain coinocytes. Coinocyte contain flagellum. The flagellum is protected by a device known as collar. That's why coinocytes are also known as collar cells. Collar cells also known as flagellar cells. What is the function of coinocytes? Food is digested inside the coinocyte. You already know, through canal system, water enter into the spongiocele. By the action of flagella, it create water current. Food particle reach near the coinocyte. Now it develops pseudopodia, false food, engulf the food. In this manner, food is digested in the coinocyte. If the food is digested within the cell, it is known as intracellular digestion. Intracellular digestion. Intra means within. Intra means within the cell. So in porifera, intracellular digestion is seen. Archaeocytes are another type of cells. Actually, they are totipotent cells. What is totipotent? Totipotent means the archaeocyte can produce all types of cells. The cell can produce any type of cell known as totipotent cell. During breeding season, archaeocytes release ova. During breeding season, coinocytes release spermatozoa. The spermatozoa from the spongiocele goes out through osculum, enter into another porifera. Now the coinocytes of that poriferan direct the sperms into the body wall. Fertilization take place in the body wall, means fertilization is internal. So sexual reproduction is known as syngamy. Union of gametes is known as syngamy. Asexual reproduction is by fragmentation. Fragmentation means the body divides into several bits. Each bit develop into adult. This process is known as fragmentation. Next point is development is indirect. Development indirect means no larval stage. For example, in human being, no larval stage. So development is direct. Development is indirect means larval stages are seen. In the members of phylum Porifera, in some animals Trichibella, in some animals Amphiblastula, in some animal stereogastral larva seen. Examples: Cycon, Scypha. So in the textbook he given Cycon, within brackets Scypha. What is the inner meaning? Means two different scientists discover the same animal in different countries or different regions of the same country. One scientist given Cycon, another scientist given Scypha. Both the scientific names are correct. At the time, the early scientific name considered as the early scientific name considered as the scientific name, and the later scientific names known as junior synonyms. Junior synonym. Junior synonym. Whenever we mentioned the scientific name, compulsory we should mention junior synonyms also. Means two different scientists discovered the same animal, they have given different names. Early name considered as the scientific name and the later names known as junior synonyms. Whenever we mention the scientific name, we should mention the junior synonym also within parentheses, within brackets, parentheses. That's why in the textbook given Cycon, within brackets Scypha. Spongilla. Spongilla means freshwater sponge. Freshwater sponge. Euspongia. Euspongia, bath sponge. Euspongia, bath sponge. Three examples given: Cycon, Scypha, Spongilla, freshwater sponge, Euspongia, bath sponge. Why it is known as bath sponge? The species of Euspongia available in fancy shops. So we are using to remove the dead skin of the sole by rubbing, to remove the dead skin on the sole. That's why Euspongia commonly known as bath sponge. Calaina, dead man's finger. Calaina, dead man's finger. Calaina, dead man's finger. So with the help of diagram, you can easily remember the concept. Aquatic, second point sponges, third point body wall, penchodum, coinodum, porocytes, penocytes, canal system, body cavity spongiocele, osculum, outlet osculum, the inner layer coinodum. Coinodum contain coinocytes. During breeding season, coinocytes produce spermatozoa. During breeding season, archaeocytes produce ova. Spermatocytes of another sponge enter into. So the spermatozoa present in another sponge from spongiocele enter into the body wall. Fertilization take place in the body wall. So fertilization is internal, asexual reproduction is by fragmentation, development is indirect. The larval stages, Trichibella, Amphiblastula, stereogastral larva seen in their development. So this is about phylum Porifera. So next class we discuss phylum Nidaria.